for a brighter kids, for a better future, for your partners and preparing your children for a bigger world, for a good foundation. Wise Kids School is the right one for you. Wise Kids School is the right one for you. Wise Kids School for the children of tomorrow. We do our best to train up your kids to be the prime movers of the next generation. Wise Kids School for the children of tomorrow.
Wise Kids School, the right one for your children.
Good afternoon, dear Wise Kids parents, and welcome to our Parents Orientation. This is the second of the series for our basic learning option. Just to clarify that here in Wise Kids, we are following the WISE, W-I-S-E way of choosing what learning option to take. Letter W, is it Wi-Fi dependent or paper-based learning? For the basic option, you opted to go for paper-based learning, so you'll not be stressed with the Wi-Fi connection. Letter I, instructions are coming from the parents or coming from the teachers. In this case, for the basic, instructions are coming from the kids, but then again, we need so much help from the parents. So that is why most of the instructions on how to use the kit will be coming from the parents. But don't worry, dear parents, there is a parent kit that is provided to guide you on how to go about with the lessons preparation. Letter S is synchronous or asynchronous learning. It's a struggle from among those who are going to go online learning to catch up with the time for the Zoom. We will not be using Zoom. For the synchronous learning, that means it's the real-time learning. So in this case, for the basic learning option, this is not a struggle, as in you can really do your worksheets anytime and anywhere. That is using the asynchronous. When we say asynchronous, yes, you still need routines, you need to have a schedule, but it's very flexible, as you just need to submit your work at the end of the day or during the set time. And letter E is external or internal motivation. Dear parents, since you are part of the homeschooling option, that means this is both parent-led, is highly personalized, and it is home-based, as it is a flexible learning experience. That means there is not a hard and fast rule that would be applied to your children's learning system. This is all up to the system that you will provide. Although we are acting as homeschool advisors, but then again, at the end of the day, every day, day in, day out, it's still under your control. We are there to guide you, but our guidance is from term to term to term. Okay? So when it comes to the motivation, you really need to have to think of ways and means on how to motivate your children externally, using some sort of external awards, maybe time to do their favorite sports or earn time to watch a movie. Those are external rewards. Or maybe a simple burger that you made for them. Or the intrinsic award or the internal awards would be the stars, etc., or the words of appreciation that you give to them. Those are internal and external motivation examples. Okay? So, I hope that by this time, you're already done with watching the first orientation, which is all about setting your learning space. Please, dear parents of the basic learning option, number one, you need to set up the learning space. Where is that dedicated space in the house which is free from distraction? Where is that table that is highly dedicated to kuya, to ate, to bunso? It has to be separate from each other so that there is no distraction and they really feel that it's a learning time for them during the set schedule. Also, please talk among yourselves during your family meeting about your schedule. What time do they need to wake up? What time do they need to do math, science, etc., etc.? Our basic guide is for you to set it 1 hour for every subject. Let's say there are some kids who are really very fast in terms of doing it, so they are able to finish it ahead of time. So if that is the case, they could earn that number of minutes to just stand up, walk around, and do some things like to relax and de-stress. But do not forget to hydrate often, stretch out a little bit, breathe in some fresh air, exercise to make them stronger. I hope also by this time that you have read and signed, as this is the day, July 16 is the set deadline for signing of the Parents Conform form or the agreement form and sending it to Wise Kids School register@gmail.com. So, we are going to show you the video on how to work about in an overview this basic learning option. Watch this.
Safety is of utmost importance in cases of emergencies, like health crisis. But this should not impede learning. Students should be allowed to continue learning in the safety of their homes. Vibal brings you the Smart Homeschool Kit. The Smart Homeschool Kit offers complete tools for a homeschool setup while encouraging collaboration between teachers and parents. This kit contains the following. First, Smart Wizard. These workbooks provide age-appropriate supplementary activity sheets to challenge learners' understanding of the lessons and help them put their learnings into practice. A teacher's guide that serves as a manual for monitoring the learning progress of students at home is also available in the kit. This kit also contains a parent's guide to assist parents in guiding their children while learning at home. Daily lessons are made available in Smart Class. Aside from lessons, these books feature performance tasks aligned with DepEd's K-12 curriculum, good for an entire school year. And to monitor students' learning progression at home, Smart Homeschool Kit also features vSmart HMS, an online monitoring system designed for homeschool learning with features including assignment of lessons and tasks to students, and tracking of learners' progress through analytics. Get the Smart Homeschool Kit today.
We were supposed to start our basic learning option today. But then again, we're starting with the orientation, the second orientation today, and expect that we shall have more orientation before the final battle begins on August 3. We have set the leeway for 2 weeks as the parents have to learn the kits and coordinate with us on how do we go about this one. So going back to your agreement form, I just need to reiterate some things as in the special learning kits that you're going to use as you have watched the video. It is done by vSmart and is going to be made available to us hopefully by next week. So our apologies in behalf of our publisher, as this is their first time also to mass produce all these things that we're going to use. Included in your kit would be the 5 subjects, and there are also modules there. Although since it is a basic learning option, these are simplified. There are also activity sheets after each lesson. There are test booklets as serving as assessments after each and every topic. There will be also assessments towards the end of the summative parts. Supplements containing additional reading, and the parents guide. This is very important. Parents of homeschool option for basic, you need to take time to read the parents guide, and it's going to be delivered by term. In this case, it's by quarter, but don't worry, we will rush things out. It's just that it's a massive reproduction of all activity sheets. Also, although you're doing activity sheets every now and then, you still have your tests that will serve as your quizzes. And you still need to follow the set monthly and term assessments. We will be providing you with a schedule. Aside from the schedule, suggested schedule for their day-to-day activities. So when it's time for the monthly and the term assessments, you still need to secure your test permits. So that is why, dear parents, we need to ask this from you, that we keep our promise to pay our dues on time. Thank you po. Now, this is very important for the minor subjects. We mentioned to you that it's only English, Math, Filipino, AP, and Science. Now, for the other subjects, as in computer, values, home economics, music, arts, and PE, those are just topics, listing of topics that will be provided to you. But in the template, you need to list down the suggested projects that you will ask your kid to do to reinforce the project-based learning. Then this listing has to be submitted to us for our approval. From time to time, we have to do this. It's not naman the whole thing. There are about 32 topics that will be discussed. So when you submit it to us and it has been approved, we also have a set time wherein they will be submitting these projects to us. So it's either taking a picture or doing a video, but everything else should be submitted in the email, that address that will be given to you. By the way, all the accomplishments of the basic learners have to be compiled to come up with a portfolio. What is a portfolio? It's some sort of folder, or for some it's the clear book, wherein all the assessments are there, projects are there. You will document everything that your kids will do during the whole learning process. You're going to submit it to us every term. We are also providing you with the schedule of each and every term. We will be checking it by term and grading it by term. But since this is a homeschool, we need to ask from the parents some grades for some criteria, so that we can compute with the final report card grades for your kids. Now, take note, as mentioned during the first orientation, that this is the time wherein we need not focus so much on the numerical grades, but more of the life skills enhancement. So be very gracious when it comes to giving grades to your children, but not to the point of letting them take things for granted, because knowing that it's mommy or daddy who'll just be giving them grades. So please take note of that po. Another one, should you, these are the school assistants that will be provided to you. Once again, there is a homeschool advisor, but it's only during the set date and the set consultation time. The advising is for the parents on how to go about the process. But for the kids, you're the one who's going to advise them on what to do. You're very flexible in terms of, and creative as well in doing the homeschooling. We're also going to provide you with some videos on time management, mental health, emotional health, that will help you, and wellness also will also be providing for that. Also, we hope to also provide you with other videos on how to answer and answer the worksheets, go about teaching the worksheets, That's why your kids have to be very good in reading. We will also be providing you with some links, some YouTube videos that you can probably add to your learning so that your kids are able to master reading, writing, and comprehension. We will also be having the Parents-Teachers Conference. And by the way, there is this option to take the Plus service. Although I know we're saving money, but just in case you might want to reconsider, we want to include your children in our 2 times a week video conferencing. This is about making sure that they're well socialized and connected, story time, monitoring in their accomplishments. At the same time, instead of having a term portfolio review, we shall have them on a monthly portfolio review. We shall also be providing you with monthly academic planner. What is a monthly academic planner? It's just like the WAP that you have every week that the office is preparing, but it's more of a detailed thing telling you what pages to do, and your kids will be accountable to finish those tasks at the end of the day. So those are, and also there's this assistance to the kids in terms of doing messages to the teachers just in case they needed help for some lessons. Those are for the Plus service. Those are going to avail of the Plus service. But in case you would want to save, it's fine, it's okay. Also for the Plus service, you don't need to worry yourself out with the listing of the projects for the minor subjects because we can provide it for you. That's part of the Plus service fee. So just in case you would want to avail of that, kindly send us an email and we will compute your monthly dues. Konting-konti lang naman po ang difference nito. Take note also that you're not included in the learning management system kasi may subscription fee po ito and you don't even need it as it's for the online learners. But if you would avail of the Plus service, we shall be including you in the learning management system so that when you submit your projects for the minor subjects, well, we can accommodate it through that filing of the folder. So what is this LMS? It's just a system wherein your child has a login and the teacher will upload some videos for them to watch for the minor subjects, and then they're going to watch it and learn from it, or maybe some worksheets to print. Oh, by the way, if you have extra money, you can also probably buy a printer for you to print some worksheets, because if they're done with their worksheets for the day and they still have a lot of time, maybe you can ask them to do some extra worksheets to be supplementing their day-to-day learning. So for those who are availing the Plus service, you'll have an access to our learning management system. And if that will be the case, no need to be worried about the laptop or the gadget that you're going to use, as in even the smartphone is okay for the LMS. Okay? And that's also can be used for the scheduled video conferencing. I think that's it. You have to make sure that you read the instructions very well in the parents' kit, the parents' guide, and the teacher's guide as well. Oh, by the way, we have set the schedule, please, as texted by the office. August 3 is the formal start of the basic learning. But then again, for the next 2 weeks, while waiting for the delivery of our kits, we will have to provide you with extra worksheets to diagnose or maybe reinforce the learning from last year, and to prepare them for day-to-day, kumbaga, setting of the gear. So please set the time. We suggest it's 11 to 12 that they're going to stay in the designated learning space and do the worksheets there. Okay po? There is this provided system for you. It's discussed in the parents' kit, wherein you need to log in also your accomplishments from day to day and the recording of the scores. So don't worry, piece by piece, we're going to go with you throughout this journey. So please take time to review the video that has been given because tomorrow po, wala na po ito. Ipo-pull down na po namin ang video for the orientation for the basic learning option. If you still have time, you can review the other videos in the Teacher Mitch channel and also those posted videos in our Wise Kids communications group. Importante din po to that you're part of the Wise Kids communication group. Another pala, the advantage of being part of the Plus service is that hindi na po hassle yung mga texting and all as you get to be notified, announcements and all through the learning management system. So I hope you'll consider having it for only additional of 5,000, but that's for the whole school year. So if you have any more questions, please, the contact numbers are posted while we are still in our virtual office setup for safety measures po of our teachers and staff as well as the safety of all our parents because not everyone are able to go out of their homes. So lahat po ng ating communication are online. Thank you for your flexibility and understanding and thank you for bearing with us as we work things out to provide you with a very good education for the basic learning option. So God bless us and see you very, very soon.
For a brighter kids, for a better future, for your partners in preparing your children, for a bigger world, for a good foundation. Wise Kids School is the right one for you. Wise Kids School is the right one for you. Wise Kids School for the children of tomorrow. We do our best to train up your kids to be the prime movers of the next generation. Wise Kids School for the children of tomorrow.
Wise Kids School, the right one for your children.